my daughter's dad, he was ready, and like, you know, he was ready, and then he proposed to me and things like that, and which I rejected it because I was not ready. And like, you know, he's always telling me, whenever you're ready, I'm always here. But I just feel like he deserves so much. He deserves somebody who's going to give him what he's looking for. But I feel like I'm not that person yet. Maybe like I just need like I just have to work on myself.
My name is Boss, the only boss with one S. Happy new month to all of you. Welcome to a month of new possibilities. Oh, do you know why life has been made so easy? It's because of Tap. People, Tap is here to make your life easy if you want to transfer money to Ghana. If you want to transfer from USA, if you want to transfer from UK, Europe, Canada, a lot of places all to Ghana. And guess what? When it comes to Ghana, there's no e-levy charge. So, what are you waiting for? Download Tap on Google Play Store and App Store and be ready for exciting offers coming your way each time, every time on Tap.
Tap send more, spend less.
Hello guys, I welcome you live on SBTV Africa. If you just chance on our channel, the voice of the community. My name is DJ Nyame, and this program is called Daily Hustle Worldwide. We talk to Africans in the diaspora and all that. They share their stories. I mean, they're hustling abroad, where they're from in Africa and all that, what they've been through, what they've learned and all that. So the platform is open. If you want to come on my show, my numbers are on the screens. Just WhatsApp me or send me a voice note, and then pop, you are in. Simple as ABC. So wherever you are, you can just join us on our show. Before I start today, I'm going to have a lovely chat with one beautiful lady. Yeah, but before I start, Tap Send, there's this app called Tap Send. Those in abroad that you have friends and relatives in Ghana that you want to send money to, download that app. When you go to Play Store and App Store, you want to transfer money to them on mobile money, through mobile money. Download the app on Play Store and App Store, and then just fill the application with your name. And then when you get to the promo code, remember to type SVTV. That's all. Then when you send the money, it comes straight to mobile money wallet. Download Tap Send on Play Store and App Store. Ejumapa on Demand. Ejumapa on Demand is an app for people who are in Ghana and abroad. If you are looking for artisans like carpenter, painters, plumbers, building contractors, and masons and all that. This app, when you go to the app and you download it, wherever you are in Ghana, or if you need somebody to come and do a work for you, just go on the Play Store and App Store, download the app, and then you get all the professionals there. You can visit their website on www.ejumapa.com. Just go there and look for professionals to do your work for you. So download it now, ejumapa.com. Let's go straight to have a chat. My name is DJ Nyame. Like, share, tap on subscribe. Share your thoughts, no insults. Don't forget. Let's go straight. DHW 1642 Concorde plane. That's the name of my flight. Stâbbëd Intercooler. The engine is 16 inches. #1 special plane. #1 show. Today I'm going straight to go and have a chat with this beautiful lady you are seeing on the screens. Australia. I'm going straight to Australia. What's up, Caroline? How are you doing?
I'm okay. I'm all right.
Yeah, okay. Nice,
Yes.
nice. How is Australia?
At the moment, it's winter, so it's very cold. It's really cold here. Freezing.
Cold weather. When is your summer? When is your summertime?
Summer, it start like I think December, like January. Around December, January, it gets really hot. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure.
Oh, I see.
I don't really. Yeah.
Anyway, what's the full name? Caroline what?
So, like, my native name is Fatoumata Binta Bengura, but when I was coming overseas, I had to like change my name. We had to change names, you know, because apparently it was too hard to pronounce my name, so they called me Caroline Binta Bengura.
I was just about to ask you to mention it again because I didn't get it well.
Oh, so my native name is Fatoumata Binta Bengura.
Fatimata. Okay.
Yes.
Fatimata. The Fatimata is
Yeah.
okay. Caroline or Fatimata. That's okay. Which part of Africa
Whatever
are you
you feel
from?
comfortable. I'm from Guinea.
Oh, Guinea. First time having
Yeah.
someone coming from Guinea. I think it's first time on my show. So you are the first person
Okay.
from Guinea on my show.
Wow.
Okay. Which part of Australia are you?
So I live in Sydney, Australia, Sydney, New South Wales.
Oh, okay. How long have you been there?
I've been in Australia for 14 years.
14 years. Wow.
Yeah.
Then today we are going to hear more stuff. You know more about Australia than 14 years.
Not really. Not really.
14 years in Australia. Well done.
Yeah.
Okay, before we bounce back to Australia, let's come to Africa. And you tell us more about Guinea and all that, since you being the first person from Guinea on our show. I mean, let's get to know more about Guinea. So tell us which part of Guinea you're from and all that.
So I'm from Koya, like the village. I'm from the village. But to be honest, I really don't know that much about my country because I came here when I was really young. So I only know a tiny bit. I don't know that much. But I know when I used to live in Guinea, I used to live in Koya, which is the village. And my grandmother used to sell palm wine. My grandma used to sell palm wine. So I basically, yeah, I don't know much. I don't know much
You don't
about
know
Guinea.
much. How many siblings do you have?
So I've got 3 sisters and 1 brother.
Are they also in abroad, or they are back in Guinea?
I've got 2 of my sisters here, and then I've got 2 of my sisters and my brother, and my older sister, she decided that she didn't want to come here, so she lives in Guinea.
Oh, so that means it's not everybody that likes abroad, right?
No.
Oh, I see. Okay, so I mean, tell us way back in. You said you were young, so at least you went to school and all that. The life back then before you got the opportunity to move from there.
So when we were coming here, because when I used to live in the village, I didn't really go to school that much because my dad's side of the family didn't really have money. You know, they couldn't really afford the lifestyle for us. So we ended up moving to the city, which is in Mata in the city. So we stayed there with my grandmother, my mom's mom. And, you know, when we were there, in order to come here, we had to learn how to speak English. Like, you know, we had to learn how to write our names and things like that. And so when we moved there, I went to school for about a year and a half before moving here. And when I was coming from Africa to here, I didn't really speak English. I used to speak Pidgin because my mom is Liberian and my dad is Guinean. So I used to speak so I used to speak Liberian Pidgin. I didn't really speak like now.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay, so mom and dad, are they together or separation?
So unfortunately, I lost my mom and my dad when I was there. When I was 5, 10, and 6. So my mom passed away after she gave birth to my little brother, my younger brother. And so my dad couldn't really handle it. So he ended his life. So yeah, he didn't want his wife to go without him. So he followed his wife.
So your dad ended his life. How? How did he do it? Committing suicide or what?
Yeah. So my dad went back to my mom's side of the family. They're Christian, and my dad's side of the family, they're Muslim. So they didn't really have they didn't have a good relationship because my grandmother and my dad's mom and my mom's mom didn't really get along, and there was always fighting back and forth. And my mom's mom didn't like the fact that my mom and my dad were together. And so my mom didn't live with her mom for a very long time. And then after she had my brother, she decided to go back to her mom because, you know, at the time, my dad, he was very poor. He didn't have money. And so she went over there to try, to raise my little brother. And from what I got told, she was only there for a week. And then she fell sick, and then she passed away. And when my dad went to my mom's family to try to get my brother, they wouldn't allow him to do so. So because of that, he went back to the village, and then he ended up mixing rat poison, and then he just drank it, and then that was it.
Wow. That's so sad. Too bad.
Yeah, I know.
So how did you get the opportunity to travel to Australia?
So my dad's older sister, she lives in America, and she had been trying for us since we were very tiny, like babies, but she didn't really succeed. So my mom, older sister, was in Australia with her husband, and because my mom's side of the family, they were all in Australia already, so it was just me and my brother and my sisters left. So you know, my auntie's husband, you know, spoke to my aunties, and like, you know, he basically just said, you know, it's not fair. Like, you know, those two kids, they're there by themselves. They can't survive. So my auntie's husband basically just filed for us to come here. But the application got rejected 3 times. And so some of the ladies from the church, the pastor's wife, decided to go there. And then we came here as an orphanage.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
now tell us how different growing in your country and where you are now. I mean,
so to be honest, it's not like, I don't want to sound like I'm ungrateful because of the relationship with my family here. If I had the opportunity, I would go to Africa and live there. But then I can't really say I'm going to leave my kids and just go there because I don't like living here. You know, I don't want my kids growing up and then being like, oh, like, you know, I don't want them to go through the same thing I went through when I was younger. So, but like, it's okay. It's not bad. It's okay. But, you know, I didn't really have a good relationship with my family because when I moved here, I was not allowed to communicate with my dad's side of the family because my grandmother here would call them witches, and like, you know, she would say things to like break our heart, like, you know, to make us hate like my dad's side of the family. But like, I always wanted to like have a relationship, like, you know, because those are the people that I grew up with. So I just didn't want to leave them because I came here. But I wasn't allowed to talk to them. So the thing is, I only started talking to them back. Like, we only started building a relationship again in December last year. I didn't talk to them for 10 years. Because my grandma didn't like the idea of me like having a relationship with them. Like, you know, she was very, very strict and picky, and she would always say, if I catch you guys talking to her, I'm going to send you back to Africa. Like, you know, so we were like very young and like scared, like, you know, so we always obey her rules and things like that.
Let's talk about Australia now. I mean, tell us, you've been there 14 years. When you got there, live from there.
So when I got here, you know, I basically, like, you know, it's a new country. I have to learn. I have to, like, you know, learn new things. And like, I went to school here. I went to primary school here. I didn't finish my high school because I was like, you know, going through a lot with my family, and I was suffering from depression, which they didn't really understand. And like, you know, some African parents, they don't really believe in like depression and things like that. And so I moved out when I was 14. I moved away from my family when I was 14. I moved to like a new state, like a different state, which is South Australia, in Adelaide. And when I went there, I met like really lovely people, and I made a lot of friends. And then, you know, I started like doing a bit, like, you know, going to TAFE, studying, like just studying new things to see like what I enjoy doing. At the moment, I'm studying my nursing. It's my first year.
Moving from home at 14, you were too young.
Yeah.
I mean, and then you were talking about depression and all that. People say it's depressed and all that. How do you get depressed?
Again, so I started getting like depressed because when I came here at the age of 11, my auntie's husband, when my auntie go to work, her husband, like, she will leave me home with her husband because he will work in the morning and then she'll work at nighttime, you know. And whenever she goes to work and things like that at nighttime, like, you know, and I'm home with her baby because she just had a young baby. And then, like, you know, first he started like, you know, buying me like, you know, underwears and things like that, it was very uncomfortable. So, you know, whenever he get things for me, like, you know, I'll go and tell my auntie, like, you know, and then so my auntie would say, oh, you're looking to break my home and things like that. So, you know, I stopped telling her things. So I will call my grandmother, like when I just turned 12, like, you know, for my birthday, like, he got me like a pack of condoms and things like that. Like, you know, like, I'm a kid, like, I don't know all these things. So I went and told my grandma, and like, you know, she was like, oh, you know, I'll come sleep at the house and I'll see it because I've been complaining about it. She was like, I'll come to the house, I'll come see what's happening. And then it was on the Sunday, 2nd of February. She, after church, we came home, and like my auntie just left for work, and my grandma was sleeping on the couch, and then I was in the room with the baby. And then my grandmother walked in the room, and then he was standing over me playing with himself. And then like I was asleep, so I didn't see this incident. I was sleeping. So but then like when my grandma walked in, she started screaming at him, and like, you know, she started hitting him while he was naked, you know. So when that whole thing happened, like, you know, I was expecting her to, like, you know, do something about it, like report it or something, you know, but she didn't. So they had a meeting about, you know, the way I dress in the house, the way I talk, the way I behave. Like, you know, why do I have a phone at the age of 12? You know, and like I used to walk like half an hour to like go to school and walk. But whenever my uncle go out, he'll come back drunk, and like, you know, he'll start hitting me. He'll start calling me names, and like in the house, because when I came here, I used to wear hijab, and he hated the fact that I was wearing it. And my uncle told me that I was not allowed to like have clothes on in the house. I was only allowed to walk around in the house. It's just underwear and bra, you know. So like I would tell my grandmother, and then she started getting angry. Like, you know, she was like, "Why is it always you? Why is it always
you complaining?
you?"
It's like you complaining too much.
Yeah, why are you always complaining? Like, you know, so she took my phone off me, and like I would go to school without, like, she wouldn't give me money for lunch or anything. And like, so the teacher started noticing what was happening. And so my teacher, my principal got me a phone. Like, it was just a little phone. And like he would tell me, like, when you go home, just put your phone on record so we can know what's happening. And like I would do that all the time. You know, I would do that all the time. But like I didn't know, like, this, like my principal, like, you know, he's already told the police what's happening. So like, you know, they were like building a case, like, you know, they were building cases and stuff like that. And so when my grandma found out, she didn't like the fact that I did that. Because, and then my auntie and my two uncles and my grandma, so they ended up beating me, cut my hair, and then put chili in my eye and in my vagina. And so so I ran to the neighbor, and I told the neighbor what was happening, because the neighbors could hear, like, you know, I came and I had a breaking nose and everything. And the neighbors called the police. And then when the police came, like, because I was so scared what was going to happen, like, you know, I'm like, I don't know anybody. I don't have my dad's family. It's not like I can run and go to them. So when the police took me, like, I just told them, listen, this is what happened, but like, you know, it's nobody's fault. It's all my fault. Like, you know, I don't want my auntie to go to jail, because she was really sweet to me. You know, she was a Christian. She was like, you know, a very strong believer. So I'm like, I didn't want to get her in problem, because, you know, it was child abuse, because I was only 13. And, you know, so the police ended up arresting my auntie, and she was not allowed to stay in the house because what she did to me. And so the police were doing investigation with what my uncle was doing to me. And it was just really, it was getting, things were like getting to me, like, you know, I was getting flashbacks and things like that. And like, I've always been close with my brother. I didn't want to leave the house, because I didn't want, like, because he's the youngest, he's the baby. And I always wanted to like have that relationship. I didn't want my brother to feel like, you know, it's my fault that he's getting treated a certain way. And then he was like to me, you know what, you know, it's best for you to go where you're happy, you know, like always call me. So before I packed my things and left, I gave the phone my teacher gave me. I gave it to my brother. So that way we'll be able to communicate. So when I was 14, my grandma told me that I was not allowed to stay in her house, because my uncle is in trouble, my auntie is in trouble. So she wanted her kids to come home, because they were not allowed to come to the house, because there was an AVO, and they were not allowed to come to the house because I was there. And then she said, basically just said, you know, she wanted me to leave. And then she started accusing me of killing my mom and my dad. And then she started saying, even back in Africa, this is how I was, and things like that. So I'm like, you know, in order for you to have a peace of mind, I would just like take my things and go. So it was in the morning. I just put my school uniform on, and I left the house with just one dress. And I got on the bus, because I was only 14. I was underage. I was not allowed to live on the street at that time. But because I didn't know there was all this help available at that time, I would like sleep at train station. I would like sleep on the bus. Like, you know, I would go home with my friends with just one clothes, you know. So I told my teacher what was happening, and like they put me in the refuge. So when they put me in the refuge, you know, that's when I learned how to, like, you know, be independent and like things like that. And speak up when something is bad. But like, you know, I couldn't really like open up until I was 19 after I had my son. I couldn't open up because, you know, I didn't want to like talk about things at that time because I'm like, you know, I need to heal properly. Even they offered me counseling. I couldn't do counseling because I feel like I don't want to talk at that time because people were telling me to speak up, you know, so I wouldn't speak up or anything. So when my uncle, like, you know, because I didn't press charges, like, you know, because they didn't have enough evidence, but like they had the voice recording and things like that. So in October last year, my uncle sent me, like, he called me on a private number. I answered anyway. And like, you know, I'm like, I don't have anything in my heart for them because I don't want to feel like, I don't want to talk about too much and then start verbally abusing me. So like I had to record because I'm like, you know, I've been quiet for so long. So this is my time. Now that I'm 25, this is my time for me to speak up, you know. So I recorded it, you know. So I recorded what he was saying to me, like calling me a prostitute, like that no man is going to want me, and that, you know, he started bringing my kid's name in there, and then he started saying my daughter's going to turn out to be just like me, like basically just cursing me, you know. So I recorded it. So then I went on Facebook, like, you know. So I spoke up about it. I told like the world what was happening because I felt like, you know, I was having like, and I was so like, I couldn't like believe what the things that he was saying to me after everything they've done to me, you know. So I went on Facebook and like, you know, it caused a lot of drama. So my grandmother reached out to me and then she told me what I did was wrong. Like I have to delete it, like, you know, the family image and like whatever my family did to me, you know, they apologized, like, you know, I should let it go. That now that I'm a big girl, nobody's going to rape me. Like I had to record the things that she was saying because I couldn't believe that she's saying these things to me. So I recorded it and I posted it on Facebook again because I wanted the world to know, like, you know, the way they manipulate like us when we were young, and they still think they have the power to do it now. Yeah, so I moved away anyways. I moved away to like, you know, New South Wales just to like start fresh and stuff like that. I'm not going to say everything is perfect, but I feel like I'm getting to the place that I needed to be, that I've always wanted to be. You know, now I don't have any relationship with my sisters because they're not allowed to talk to me because my grandma said they're not allowed to talk to me because I left the house at a young age. So, you know, so basically she's saying that I'm a bad influence for them. So I can't really, you know, the only person that I always wanted to have a relationship with, no matter what, was my little brother because he's someone that I genuinely love. And like, it breaks my heart every time, like when I see him on the street, he can't talk to me, like, you know, he look at me as a stranger. So I suffer from like depression, like, you know, I have like bad anxiety because, you know, I'm like, if the world is going to hate me, that's one person I don't want to hate me. Like he's only 18, you know, I don't want him to like follow the wrong.
So, but all these things that happen to you, since your brother is close, you are close with your brother, did you discuss with him and all that?
So this is not the state that I wanted to live in. I wanted to stay in Melbourne because there was a lot of opportunity there for me. But I moved in Sydney because my little brother lived here. He moved out when he was 14 too. Like he moved out when he was young, you know. So I actually moved here because I wanted to be closer to him. And like I would call him, but he would never answer my call. So I ended up calling his girlfriend. She gave me his address and I went to the house and like, you know, I got on my knee and I cried to him and I said, please don't believe what they're saying about me. Like, you know, like, so, but I just realized he doesn't want to have a relationship. So I can't really force him. All I can do is, you know, just keep trying and trying. But I'm just giving him the space because I don't want to like push him away more.
Aside you saying that how the family sees you and all that, let's talk about you yourself, your life too. Are you stubborn? Are you difficult? Are you naughty in a way? Are you troublesome?
No, I can't say I'm not, like, I can't say any of these things about me. Yes, like, you know, I do have my ways and I've never been like before. So I learned to like defend myself in the way where I push people away. Like, you know, because I feel like I'm so numb to people hurting me. Like, you know, I'm trying to put a stop to that. Yes, I can be stubborn at times. I'm not naughty. I do go out. Like, you know, I do drink to like, you know, to forget about my problems. But I used to be bad, like when after I left the house, like, because at the time I'm like, I've lost everything. So I used to go out a lot, and then all I was doing was like drinking, and like, at one point I started doing drugs. Like, I lost myself at one point, and I had to go to the mental hospital for me to like, for them to like check, see if everything was okay. And like I had to stop because the times that I was doing all that thing, like, I was hurting my family back home, but it was just really hard. No one's telling me to stop, and nobody cared for me. So I might as well do things that's gonna make me happy, like, and like I used to like a lot of fighting. I used to fight a lot. I used to fight a lot because I was always angry. I was always angry. So like even when people were trying to help me, I'll fight them because I'll be like, okay, why are you trying to help me? Like, why you want to help me now? Like, who do you think you are? Like, why do you think I want to believe that you're helping me? Because I'm from Kofsaba, so, it was a small community. There was not a lot of Africans. So the little Africans that wanted to help me, I pushed them away because I felt like somehow they only want to help me because they want to get words out of my mouth. So I am stubborn at sometimes, not all the time, but after I had my daughter, I just had to change a little things about myself and stuff like that.
Are you married now?
No, no.
You are not married?
No, no.
How many kids? How many kids you have?
I've got two.
Two? With different guys, or just one guy?
No, two different guys.
Two different guys. But somebody will ask, how come you are not married and you have two kids?
Because I feel like it's not. I didn't like at one point. I knew that with my daughter's dad, I would have got married ages ago, but I feel like relationship is not for me right now. Like back then and right now, it's not for me because like I feel like in order for you to like get married and like be in a relationship, like you have to love yourself, and like I feel like I'm still getting to know who I am, and I don't want to waste somebody's time, and I just don't have time for it right now. My priority is just to like raise my kids. I'm not looking for anything. I just wanna be a good mom for my kids. So I don't really want somebody to come in my life and like distract me.
But is it like your baby daddies, they were ready to kind of like settle with you, that you are not ready to?
My daughter's dad, he was ready, and like he was ready, and then he proposed to me and things like that, and which I rejected it because I was not ready. And like he's always telling me, whenever you're ready, I'm always here. But I just feel like he deserves so much. He deserves somebody who's going to give him what he's looking for. But I feel like I'm not that person yet. Maybe like I just need I just have to work on myself, because I'm very like, when I say work on myself is because I'm very angry. I'm very, very angry. So I don't want to push good people away. So like, I just tell them when somebody come and approach me, I tell them the truth. I tell them straight away, like I'm not somebody you want, even though they say I'm going to change you, but I tell them like I'm hurt to the point that, I don't want to hurt other people because I'm hurt. So I'm not ready for that chapter of my life yet. No.
So now you see yourself now as you have a problem, right? And you need to solve it.
Yeah, I do have a problem. I have anger problem. I have anger issues, and I have a lot of trauma. I'm still working on it, and it's not going to take me like 1 or 2 days. It's going to take me a year to like I said to you earlier, I just started speaking up last year. And even though like the case is still in the police hand, like, the case is still going on, but, this is something I need to deal with my past before I can move forward.
How are you going to solve it?
I'm getting help. I'm getting the help that I need. I am like doing a lot of counseling, which is not easy for me because I feel like, I'm still repeating the same thing over and over. And like, the suggestions to them is they're telling me to be on medication, but I don't need to be on medication. Like, I am doing a lot of going to the gym, just learning how to speak.
Okay, so I mean, let's talk about life in Australia. How is it like? Talking about work, how is Australia?
Life in Australia, it's good. It's good, it's bad. You know, you have your good moment, you have your bad moment, you have your sad moments and your happy moment. But it's Australia, it's not really that hard. People just decide to make it hard for themselves. Like I said, I'm a youth worker. You know, I work as a like I work with like kids with mental problem and things like that. I'm studying my nursing. It's my first year. I just started 2 weeks ago. Um, Everything is working out. Australia is good. It's okay. It's all right.
Why did you go into nursing?
Nursing because I want to be able to help people. I want to be able to give the help that I didn't get. You know, I want to be able to like help people emotionally. You know, like I just want to be able to give what I can. And I feel like working with children and like working with like sick people and like working with people who can't speak up for themselves will help me to help them, if it makes sense.
How easy or tough was it like fitting in as a foreigner?
It wasn't, to be honest, for me, it wasn't really that tough like when I came, because maybe it's because I started primary school here, so it was really easy because, you know, when you start primary school, like you're meeting like kids that are just starting, so it wasn't really hard, but it was just like the learning their way of speaking, their way of eating, like, you know, it was just really hard, lacking certain things, and like, yeah, but it wasn't really that hard for me. I fit in like perfectly fine.
I asked you this question because of your skin color.
Yeah, like there is racism and things like that, but like I said, like, you know, I speak up for myself now, and like I stand up for myself a lot of time, and like I have not experienced racism yet, but I know people, and I've been with people who have experienced it, but like me personally, I have not experienced that yet. So,
what are some of the opportunities there?
like jobs, like bettering your life, like studying, you know, there's a lot of studies, like, you know, for us, like for me, like if I want to like go and like, you know, do new like course in school, like, you know, I only have to pay like what, $20, $5, like, you know, and like people who are coming from overseas, like to come and study here, they pay like 1,000, 2,000, like they pay a lot. So there's a lot of opportunity here, but it's just, you just have to use it wisely.
Oh, okay. Okay. You said earlier that you want to visit your country.
Yes.
Guinea. But now that you have family issue, do you think it's cool?
I don't have relationship with my mom's family, but I have relationship with my dad's family. I talk to all of them. I talk to them every single day. But I just like, I can't have any sort of relationship with my mom family because every time I have tried, they bring the past, you know. And you know, my auntie in America, she was really mad, and like she was mad to the point like she actually emailed the embassy to get me and my brother to move to America, but it's not like that's not my dream country. So
why America is not your dream country?
Because the violent over there, like I always one thing my grandma have done that's good in my life is to bring me in Australia, because if I was to go in America, God forbid, because of my mouth and my attitude, I feel like I would have been like 6 feet under. I tell that to everybody. That's just the honest truth. So I'm just grateful that I'm here.
Oh, okay. Have you been to any other country?
I haven't.
Around? Or just Australia? You've never traveled outside Australia?
No, I have never. No, I haven't left. No. Like I said, I would have been to a lot of country if I had my documents, like, you know, but I have not been anywhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I see. What about the Black community there?
They're really toxic. They're very, very toxic. They're very toxic. They're very judgmental. There are few people in the community that I talk to and that I like, that I know that they support people. But the people who've been here for like 30 to 20 years and they feel like they know everything, and like they feel like, you know, your life is fake. They feel like depression is fake. Like, you know, when you tell them like for example, like when before I had my daughter, I was so depressed. Like I ended up like overdosing myself with sleeping pills. and it was everywhere in the community. And then like, you have like all these older people like judging, like, you're selfish, like you're selfish, you're this, you're this, you're that. So like they said that you're mental, they say you take drugs. I don't take drugs. They just say things like, oh, you're doing all this because you want your boyfriend to come back to you. Like, they're very toxic. They're like, but the Guinean community that I have been around with, like, they're very supportive. Like, they want to make sure everybody's okay, especially when you have kids. They want to make sure you're okay, you're fine, and like, everything is okay.
Do you allow your baby daddies to visit their kids?
No.
Why?
I allowed them to talk to their dads, but I don't allow them to see their dads because, like I said, I was co-parenting, fine. Like, if you want to come see your kids, come and see your kids. Like, we can talk about like school, like, how they're doing in school and things like that. But if you're coming to see your kids and like you're trying to like touch me and then talk to me and like, making like, just saying things for me to feel like, okay, yeah, maybe I was wrong, or maybe I should take you back, or maybe because I'm lonely, like, I should go sleep with you. So I don't really entertain any of them. And even if they want to see the kids, like, we have to go somewhere public, or they can go pick them up from school, and yeah.
But looking at from what you said, it was like there was no abusive anything. They didn't do anything to you. It's just like you, the fault is coming from you. That's what you said. So they're coming to you. I don't see why you kind of like trying to, okay, let's meet on a park. Or when anytime they come, they try to touch you or something like that.
There was nothing abusive, but I was abusive. Like I said, I was very angry, and I didn't want to have any trouble with the police, because here, when you're in trouble with the police, it's really hard for you to like get a job, like, work, do the job that you want to do, that have good money. So I was very angry. Like, I stabbed my daughter dad with a knife. That's how angry I was. So
you stabbed your daughter?
No, her dad.
You stabbed the dad, your baby daddy. You stabbed him.
Yes, I did.
With a knife. Why? Yes.
Because
what did he do?
Because when somebody don't take no for an answer, like I get triggered. Like it triggers me. Like, when I tell somebody stop and you're still doing it, like I get flashback. Like I get memories. Like I still, things are coming in my head. Like my baby daddy's like, they're really, really, like, they're good people, but like, would like, they feel like just because we have kids together, they still have access to your body and things like that, and like with my daughter's dad, he doesn't know he doesn't understand boundaries. Like, he will always cross my boundaries. And like, if you're grabbing me from the back and like you're touching me in my private area without my consent, like I get triggers. It triggers me. And like, and it's just something that happens so quick, and that I regret. Like, I regret every day I tell him sorry. That's why I have to keep him away from me. I have to keep them away from me, because they don't, when you tell them no, they don't understand no, and they want to do things their way, and it doesn't work with me like that.
Wow.
I'm just trying to be honest.
Yeah, you're being honest, and that's the fact. You
I'm just trying to be honest. Yeah. No.
Wow.
To be honest.
So what's your regret so far? I mean, in life, any regrets?
My regret in life is, like, saying certain things to my sisters, like, calling them names because I was hurt. Like, hitting my little sister in public because I was angry that she was not listening. And like, every time, like, I try to, like, even when I talk to her, like, face to face, like, she gets scared, like, she starts shaking, and I don't want her to feel like that anymore. So even like when I'm angry with her on the phone, I just have to like tell her, I'm going to hang up the phone. I'll call you when I'm calm. And my regret, like the things I regret the most is dropping out of school, like not finishing my U12, because I feel like I could have been places by now. That's my biggest regret, not finishing my U12.
Is it too late now?
No, I actually went to TAFE. I went to TAFE and I finished my U12 back in 2017. But I wanted to like go to high school and finish it in school, like, you know, like wear all these pretty dresses, like, you know, go to formal, like post on Facebook. Like I just wanted to have some type of memories, and like I don't have any memories of me when I was in school, and like, you know, it's really sad, but we move.
We move. What's your favorite places in Australia so far? I mean, I know you've been to some places.
My favorite place to go in Australia is the Gold Coast.
Gold Coast.
Yeah, the Gold Coast. Yeah, the Gold Coast is really fun. You know, it's just a place you can go and be yourself. Like, you know, you can do anything. You just feel free. And like, they're like a lot of tourists, and like there's a lot of nice people, like a lot of Nigerians, which is yeah.
I can see you love chilling. You like going out, going to club and all that.
That was back in the days, you know. Now I don't really. I mean, maybe I'll go like in a club, like I'll go clubbing if it's a friend's birthday. But like nowadays, I'm more into like brunch, like, you know, like go like on the boat with my friends. Like we do a lot of like boat parties, and like we do a lot of brunches, and like, you know, we do a lot of picnic and stuff like that. I feel like it's really it's good, you know, being around good people and just doing things that. I'm just around, like the people that I'm around with. They're all like, you know, they're all like coming from some sort of trauma. So we're all trying to like help each other. And if we feel like partying help us, then that's what we're going to do.
What you've been through, before I leave you, what you've been through, what are the advice you can give out? I mean, your life, what you've been through and all that.
All I can say is like, you know, speak up. Even if people don't believe you, just speak up, you know, like don't keep it in. Don't say, oh, let me just keep it in. I don't want to talk about it. We'll talk about it later. Because if you're saying, oh, I don't want to talk about it now, like you just become an angry person. And like, you know, don't push good people away, and just be careful with life, because some people are very scary. And always speak up, stand up for yourself, even if you have to fight, but like don't kill somebody. That's all.
Wow, nice coming on my show. I mean,
thank you for having me,
Caroline. Do you have any? Do you have other African friends apart from?
I do. I do have a lot of African friends, like Sudanese, Nigerian, Ghanaian, a lot of Guinean friends, a lot of Sierra Leonean.
In Australia?
And a lot of Lebanese. Majority of my friends are Lebanese, but I do have like a bit, like one friend from like different nationalities.
Oh, okay. Nice one. Thank you so much for coming on my show. Any shout outs?
Shout out to life.
Shout out to life.
Shout out to life and God.
I like that. Shout out to life. I mean, most of the youth, let me ask you this. Most of the youth want to come to abroad. They want to travel and all that. I do ask people, is it like we have to travel before we can make it in life?
Not really, but like, you know, now, like the way the country is looking, obviously you have to travel to make it out of like before you can make it in life.
So that means
like,
you can't make it in Africa. We have to travel.
I feel like you can still make it in Africa, but like in Africa, it's all about having the money and the connection, you know. It's all like if you don't have it, it's really hard, you know. And when you have like the little thing, you have to open your business. You have to think about your family, like, you know, have my mommy eating, have my daddy eating, like, you know, things like that. So it's really hard for like, you know, the people that don't have it. So it's really hard for them. So I don't really blame them when they're like, you know, struggling, like, you know, risking their life by going on the water to go abroad. So I really don't blame them. You know, sometimes something must kill a man, so you have to try.
Do people contact you that they want to come there?
I do. I do have a lot of Nigerian friends. I do
what
have
do they tell you?
They tell me they're doing their paperwork. Like, you know, if they need help, like, you know, if I have the money, if they need help, like I do, like I send money to like an orphanage in Nigeria. So like I send money like every fortnight, like for the kids that don't have it. So if somebody from like any different country, like reach out to me and tell me like I need help with this and this and this. You know, there's a lot of scammers. Like, you know, I do ask a lot of questions. Like, you know, can I see this? Can I see this? Can I see a proof for this? Or you know, things like that. So like people do reach out a lot to me, like especially like the men, the boys. So when they come here, like, I take them around, show them around, just give them piece of advice, like be careful. Like this country, they're very strict, especially in Australia, with like following underage. There's too many police thing here. So like, party, but like just be careful.
Will you return to your country in future to stay permanently?
Yes.
You want to come back?
Yes, because the
Why?
thing is, okay, back in the days, like back when I was younger, my family didn't have anything. Now that I came here and I had the helping hand to help them, I helped my grandmother to like get a house, build her own house. My grandmother's 102, so she's gonna die anytime soon. So like I needed to give her something to say thank you. Now, like, my sister over there, she's got her own shop. I have aunties that have their own shop. They have houses. So, but if you asked me this 10 years ago, I would say, no, you're crazy. But like now, definitely I will move there. Definitely.
You set up some business and then maybe.
I have my own business. I have my own business in Guinea.
Oh, what business do you have?
So I opened like my sister, she look after my salon. It's just like just nails, and we sell like a lot of clothes from over here, extensions, like hair, human hair, and we also like give out foods and vouchers to like mothers that don't have for their kids. So it's like a charity, but like we also like charity and business at the same time, if it makes sense. Yeah.
So that means it's good for us to bring back home, right?
Yes, definitely.
Because I see a lot of people from the diaspora coming back home, especially the foreigners and all that. They're trying to invest in Africa. But most of us want to move out. We don't see the opportunities, but they are coming.
Africa, there's a lot of good things you can do in Africa. Here, there's no money. You have to work. Like honestly, you have to work. Sometimes I work Monday to Sunday. I work, and then like the amount of money they take to pay my tax, and then you pay rents, and then like you pay school fees for kids, and then like you buy food, and like what the little one you're left with, you send it to Africa. Like they use the money wisely. I don't think everybody want to leave Africa to come like abroad. I feel like some people just want to make it out in like, they want to come to white people land and like, make their money and go back to their country and live their best life.
Thank you so much, Caroline, for passing through. I'll bring you again another time, okay?
Thank you for having me.
Nice one. Thank you so much, Caroline, straight from Australia. Guys, I thank you so much for watching my show. If you want to come on, my numbers are on the screens. Just WhatsApp me or send me a voice. My name is DJ Nyame. Tap on subscribe, like, share. Drop your thoughts, your comments, everything. No insults. Charlie, big ups to you. I'll thank my production team, DJ Quick, Sharon, and Tina. Tour out.
Living in Ghana, abroad, a first timer visiting Ghana, or a company wondering where to get quality service providers in Ghana for any job? Then Ejumapa On Demand Services is here to assist you. Ejumapa On Demand Services connect requesters and service providers such as masons, plumbers, electricians, auto repairers, home and office cleaners, trash collectors, rent agents, spa attendants, roofers, beauticians, teachers, CCTV installers, and all artisans on one platform. Yes, one platform. Trust Ejumapa On Demand Services to sort you out any day, anywhere, and at any time. To download the app, please visit the App Store and Play Store or visit our website www.ejumapa.com.